The sanction is something that many people understandably worry about because it could frequently include the loss of liberty. Now, there are many types of sanction a judge can impose depending upon how the government charged an individual, whether an individual pleaded guilty or went to trial. It can include the amount of loss. If it is a different type of offense, it could include quantities of drugs, for example, if there is violence or victims involved. There are so many different factors that's going to influence that sanction. Now, obviously, an individual wants to have a sanction that does not include the loss of liberty. It may cost quite a bit of money, but the person can always work to earn more financial resources. Liberty is something that we all really cherish, and we should all work toward preserving, and we should all work toward having access to the highest level of liberty at the soonest possible time. Again, the mitigation strategy should take all of these factors into consideration, because when the judge says, "I hereby sentence you to the custody of the Attorney General," at that point, jurisdiction changes. You've moved out of the judicial body of government into the executive branch of government, and the Attorney General, of course, has delegated authority to the director of the Bureau of Prisons, who has delegated it to a series of regional directors and other offices, and eventually a warden, a unit manager, a case manager, and so many other complexities. We highly recommend that individuals understand the hierarchy and the structure of the Bureau of Prisons and what an individual can do to work toward administrative relief while in that system. There are some programs that can result in as much as 12 months coming off of a sentence. There are programs that can lead to alternatives to incarceration that people should know about. There are programs for attacking the way the sentence was imposed, whether it is an appeal back to the judicial circuit, district circuit courts, or a habeas corpus attack on the nature of the conviction, typically requiring you to prove that you received ineffective assistance of counsel. There are opportunities to pursue extraordinary and compelling reasons for release through compassionate release. So it's super important to understand all of these nuances, including access to executive clemency, such as a commutation or even a pardon. All of that begins with an individual engineering an effective mitigation strategy that should absolutely include a release plan. The release plan is so crucial, and it's one of the reasons we've spent so much time developing a course and books to help individuals. Well, what does a best-in-class release plan do? And how can I use that at different stages of my mitigation strategy? It's super important to begin sowing these seeds early because nobody can do anything to change the past, but we can all sow seeds for a better future. How do we do it? We define success. We create a plan. We put priorities in place. We then go ahead and build our tools, tactics, and resources that will help us execute the plan, and we execute the plan every single day, holding ourselves accountable because we won't have a defense attorney there to advocate for us. It's super important while we're serving the sanction that we become very comfortable with being uncomfortable and that we develop a strategy that will keep us on focus and avoid all of the noise and the complexities that make life so difficult for so many people. It's something that we really spend a lot of time developing tools, and we encourage you to participate in our free webinars so that you can learn what seeds can you start sowing today for a better outcome.